Hi, YouTube. Um, Hope you're doing good. I'm doing okay. I'm a little wiped out from that construction work I was doing, and I got a lot of housework done early this morning, and then I stopped and made a rather ignorant video and decided this isn't how I want to be in my life, and that was that. So, um, I'm not even gonna address anything that's been said about me. Um, well, I will address one thing. I have to. Um, I have never even thought outside my marriage, even after giving a letter of divorcement. I still don't. So I'm about as far away from a whore as you'll ever get. But, and that needed to be said. So, sometimes we do mind our words in life or not, and that does speak of the spirit inside of ourselves. So, just keep it in mind. Word to the wise. And I'm going to address a couple things. I unblocked a few people to see what their conversation would be or why. And God asked me to do that. Search your heart and ask questions. Okay, I put a couple questions out there for people, and you can answer them in private and take care of it, and or not. That's entirely up to anybody else. If you're cruel to me, I will block you. If you're um rude, I will block you. And if you really don't care about me, you do not belong here, you know? Because there's one person I will not unblock. It's called Mackenzie's Devil. And it was over here, it blatantly out and out said, I am here to make sure nobody believes in a God that's a false God, that uh something like people like you um say you have faith and can't prove, so I'm here to stop everybody else from going down that wrong path. And its name was Mackenzie's Devil. And there's a few other people like that, Michelle and Don't Tread That Crap. I got rid of all that, and it's not coming back. So, unless it's another name, and then I'll just see. There's one I know said some really ignorant things about Doug, and actually a couple people, but um, I'm just going to let that go at that for tonight and see how things go. But I'm not joining in anybody's. I'm not watching anything. I'm not commenting on anything. So say and do whatever you want about me. I don't care anymore. So that's the way that is. Um, Anybody think that? I mean, this is, not anybody think. Let me reword that. I was thinking, from what I have been taught, that Christ's energy when he was killed is that bad energy of Satan from the Father. That's um, a thought, to think on. And then I always, well, I wrote down what I say whenever I encounter bad. It's like, get away from me, Satan. I say, in the name of Jesus Christ. And then I'll say it a couple times, like, get. But, and I was thinking, and I wrote this down because it is so true. I feel closer to God when I am busy working or with my hands and mind and my soul connection to Him. And God keeps my mind and my heart on track, strong for everyone, or, everybody. I do have thoughts on those two different words. Let's see. Oh, and then I was reminded of how Lot's daughters had sex with their father because they thought it was the end of the world. Well, why would they think it was the end of the world. They were human, they have minds, so evidently they had them icky thoughts to begin with, and when their father got drunk, they took advantage of them. So who cares what their thoughts were? You see where I mean with that? If Satan got to him, he got to him, no matter what the reason, because you and I both know that daughters don't think like that about their daddies. You know what I'm saying? Not not normally. It doesn't work like that. So, and hopefully the daddies ain't thinking like that on their daughters. So, yeah, just try to write down things that I come across, like I say, and whatnot. So, yeah, it's about 2 degrees outside here, so it's about 32 degrees below the freeze point. So it's chilly out there. And I am getting a guitar for Christmas. So, yeah, a new one. I got to work on my old one. I was going to do some woodworking fill on it. I had it glued back together because it's old. Then I got a Fender solid body and a Gibson electric guitar, but they're old and well, not older, nothing wrong with them. I just don't like electric guitars, so I'm getting a new acoustic. So, yeah, probably in about a week. So, probably about a few days, I'll get a microphone and then take it from there because even though I do suffer with severe chronic allergies and other health issues, God does keep me strong. And I'm thinking about actually making another channel for say 50 and older, um, exercise routines and that strength training and that type of thing at our age. So, whole different, whole nother channel, whole different area, So, and then being that it is for older people, um, it won't be a question answer thing of spirituality. It will be one person's preference to how they take care of themselves or not, as far as strength training and balance and yoga and um, you know uh, cardiovascular. So, so yeah, I do get tired from my ailments, but if anybody's ever interested, I took a Mayo Clinic skincare test. That's probably my biggest health issues aside from having osteoarthritis and Morgellons and but which is a they call the unknown fluke, the CDC did. And okay, but anyway, back to my allergies. There's a Mayo Clinic skincare test is what it's called. My Mayo Clinic skincare test. And on there I went through just about everything I'm allergic to. Um, like right down to paper, wood, um, wood products, different types of plastics, all kinds of different kinds of foods like beans, legumes, cabbage. I forgot the cabbage and had to come back, and asparagus, peas, whatever. Whole grains, a whole big long list of different soaps and ingredients and things in our life, everyday thing. I think basically a lot of the things I'm allergic to, well, like gold, and I can only wear platinum or sterling silver. So I have some of that stuff, but yeah, I got um, severe allergies to a whole bunch of different things. A lot of the clothes I wear, um, I gotta be really careful. Um, let's see something else. Well, petroleum products, most of the cleaners, shampoos, special soaps, all different kinds of things that, yeah. So if I ever look like I'm sick or pale, like this morning I had, or tonight, but this morning I had just got through working for about 3 hours without sitting down and made a video and yeah, I looked a little tired, I think. So, but yeah, this evening's better. But I have my good days and my bad days. So whenever you don't feel good, and it's a chronic thing, that's the way it is. Some days are better than others, and that's the way it is. But I've been trying to urge my family members to look at my Mayo Clinic skincare test if anybody else wants to too. And like when you're eating something, if it's on my list, think to yourself, does that bother me when I eat it, or does this thing bother me when I use it? Because there's all kinds of ingredients and stuff that I had severe reactions to, and so and I went through all the paperwork and um, for everybody. So if you're interested, if you ever feel like bloated or um well, like some days my face will look skinnier, some days it'll look more poofy, and that's what I ate may be affecting me that day. So if you feel like like your stomach hurts one day it doesn't, it's like, what did you eat? Or did you smell something really bad or use something? Did it give you a headache? Like whatever you do or use, smell, touch, taste, what reaction do you get when you encounter that substance, that type of thing. So, heart palpitations, does your breathing stop, do you get rashes, all the above for me, and really bad fevers and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, um, it's a very serious thing in this world. And people have more and more allergies all the time, I've noticed. I had hay fever when I was a kid, but I never knew I was allergic to like corn and peas and, that type of thing. It's like, what? That's freaking crazy. I'm allergic to all canned goods, cannot or should not touch them, unless it's in a glass jar. But even that has a metal lid a lot of times. So, anything that with metal, I'm allergic to metals, and like I say, all kinds of like black plastic, like what my phone's made out of. So I'll get done and like go wash my hands right away. And let's see what else. All kinds of plastics, and so when I grab a milk jug, that type of thing. So I'm pretty sure everybody's a little bit of everything like that. This world's kind of, it's weird. It's not good for us. We're not healthy all the time like we should be because of what they put in our food, in our air, everything. Yeah, our soaps, you know. So if you're washing your dishes, what's in that dishwashing liquid, that type of thing. I mean, we all know they have these biodegradable and fragrant free and all this stuff, but there's still detergents and different activators, and they'll say like all natural or something, and it just might not be, you know, or it might not be good for you. Even bleach, chlorine's natural, you know, but they process it into a chemical, you know. So yeah, I gotta be really super careful. So yeah, some days I don't look as good as I wish I could, but oh well. Yeah. And I know there's little argument about my teeth, and so said they were black. No, that wasn't the words. But that's okay. That to me is all over. And yeah, I smoke, I drink coffee, smoke bud, and need to go to the dentist because well, I got to find a dentist. That's been my dilemma. I've been thinking one town or the other, so I've actually been in a dilemma for about 6 months here because the last one literally insulted Doug. Well, what the clerk did is, secretary, she messed up on his insurance. So after she did that, not only did she mess it up, she didn't apologize, and then she insulted him. So it's like, well, I'm not going back there. I don't care. I like the dentist. I love the technician. Um, and I will miss her, but I got to find somebody else. So like I say, I'm kind of, maybe I'll do it for my birthday. I'm thinking like in February, go have it done. Or maybe right after Christmas, first of the year, something like that. So, but yeah, I'm in my dilemma which town to go to. So they're both 10 miles away approximately. So it's like, if I got to go somewhere, where do I want to sit? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I probably won't have any cavities. I usually don't. I do brush my teeth a lot, but every day. I mean, a lot, twice. So, and floss and all that. So I'm pretty sure I won't have cavities. You know. Anyway, yeah, I got teeth. They're all mine, and I never did like shooting up hard drugs or was a meth head or anything like that. Cracky or none of that. So, um, yeah, I have teeth, real ones, you know, and they'll get clean. I don't care. When you get older, your teeth do fall back a little bit, and with having teeth actually removed, that happened even worse. So, it's the way it is. Anyhow, but yeah, some things were said that actually weren't said, and there's other things that were really blown, taken out of context, and there's a couple things I'm asking questions about, and that'll be on a personal level with the people that I'm talking to, and anything outside of that, I don't want to hear it, and I'm not answering it or to it, only to my God. And He told me to get on here and make one more attempt to let myself be known in the goodness that I do have in my heart. And if that is not good enough, then, and I will address one younger lady that I do love you, but uh, the way we are raised in that language isn't no excuse because um, the dude that raised me had the most vile mouth, and the first, my kid's father was real filthy talking, and that doesn't mean just because I've been around all that I can't adapt another way of speech. So, and that's all I'm going to say on that note. I'm trying. I'm trying because I care. You know. So if I misspoke too by saying to one group of people that somebody loves you and you disagree with that, then I'll just leave that at that too, and I don't want to hear anymore. But if you want to say more, that's your position in life. You got to live with yourself. And I am happy with my clean heart, clean mind, and my honesty. I am happy with myself. And I will keep my dignity too. I won't let you take that. So, so if I made a fool out of myself and I'm a joke when I unblock SJD, If I'm a joke to you and you don't understand or want to acknowledge that you knew my gematria said Christ helper, and why wouldn't Christ helper be out here helping the people of Christ? And that my granddaughter's name is in all that stuff. My tiniest one, she's 2, little blonde, blue-eyed, little cutie pie, is in that book. It says Satan's got her. Well, I don't take too kindly to that, do you see? And the rest of that book, and I know the scam. So, if you want to be cool as a human being, you will acknowledge me for the good woman I am. And your language is still odd if you don't see that and couldn't change that, just like I said a plea about a young woman, because if anybody has a reason to talk filthy, you're giving yourself excuses, or act filthy, or think filthy, or attack another human being. You are giving yourself excuses for that. But when people involve people's families, and you literally say things about people's children or wife or stepmoms and husbands or kids or all that type of thing, that's way crossing the line. And that's a whole nother story. It most certainly is. There's no arguing about it. I know what's right and wrong. We all do. And it does go back to, this is my channel. I will like who I like and dislike who I like. And yeah, if somebody's sticking up for me for being a Christian woman, then that's wonderful. And it's a joke that nobody ever has, or that I'm what'd you call me, like an old bag or what the heck ever. Yeah, thank you. I love my oldness. I'm happy I'm almost out of here. you know, um, I'm proud of being a grandmother and a mother. Extremely. So, hmm. Yeah. So if somebody were to say something good about me, that I am a warrior for God like that, uh, why wouldn't I take glee in the fact that there's other people thinking the same way I am? That's a big deal to me. Totally what I'm all about. So yeah, it's important. And I said anybody, but I actually did bring up my friend that almost got cremated for sticking up for me. And I'm talking like um, in abusive situation, a man being there, me being there, and me being the one to jump in and take care of the situation. That's kind of where I'm going with that. As far as men actually seeing wrongs in life and taking care of business like that, without being vile, um, says a lot to me. So, and it really does. No matter who, no matter what. So, hopefully, I can show you that example with actually hurt feelings, anger, and distaste for younger people. Um, but I have the love in my heart to hopefully be show you how to act when you're my age, maybe, hopefully, because you'll be the one here in 20 years or less. In that, talking to everybody How are you gonna do it? Gonna make a video about somebody like you're doing now? You know, or are you gonna talk to them? Just wondering. And I really did pray before I get on here. I tell you, I do. But when I think somebody's swearing and screaming at me and calling me names and lights one up and huffing it down, and then you're going to sit there and have a rant scream on my old ass, well, um, I don't have a lot of respect for that type of thing. That's dignity. That's what I keep for myself by not treating you like that. So, and I won't. I won't. I can't stand it. It makes me sick. So, now, if I'm actually being a good example in that area and I know God uses me like a total flipping tool, well, enjoy laughing at me if you must. If you actually know that what I do and I am guided by God and I know exactly what I'm doing and it's out of love, well, then thank you for understanding all that. If you mean well and you're here, I'm really glad to get to know you. And extremely. And if you don't mean well, well, God bless you. God bless everybody. Don't forget that. Get away from me, Satan, in the name of Jesus Christ, or in the name of Jesus Christ, get away from me. You know, it works. It does. Or before you go to speak, say, Jesus Christ, help me. You know, God, help me with my words. I think it's pretty important. It is. Even the tone of our voice, even the looks on our faces, you know, it's if we show our faces, you know, it's pretty important. But I want my kids to be able to look back at my videos and say, you know, like my kids, I know they watch me like my daughter-in-law said, well, Luke watches you, you know, and I'm glad he does because I know he hears things that he wants to hear and needs to hear. And people of his age, he's going to be 38. I have a 33-year-old, be 34, and a 38-year-old. Or I mean, a 37-year-old, be 38. Let's see. Yeah, okay. See, I get one's born, they're 2 weeks apart. One's born at the end of December, Christmas Eve baby, and the other one's on January 12th. So, well, yeah, it's a little more than 2 weeks, but it's like sometimes they're 3 years apart. Well, they're always the same amount, but for like about what is it? Most of the year they're a little over 3 years apart. You know what I mean? Well, they always are, but I mean it's just yeah, 3 years and some in 11 months. So yeah, or did I calculate that right now? Yeah, I did. So, but anyway. So yeah, my kids watch me. One tries to call me all the time, and um, in a weird way, we're always very close. But it's just hard to talk to people that are not feeling good like they should be, you know. So, but I know they're good men, and I have faith they're going to be okay. When people get attacked like that really, really bad, you may not even know what's going on, that Satan attacked you, and, you know, and when you do catch on, you know, how long does it take sometimes? I don't know. Anybody can change. I've seen it. I think other people have seen it. So, yeah. Yeah, you can believe this. If there's anybody that would like to see her remaining parents, I have mothers. My adopted dad and natural dad died, but to see them truly have faith in God would be answered prayer. In fact, beyond prayer. So if anybody wants to see darkness turn into light, you're looking at her all my life. That's why I could never act slutty. I grew up around some pretty disgusting stuff, you know. So I knew it wasn't right when I was little. So um, and it really, really caused me a lot of pain through my life watching people act like that. So what more can I say? You know. Well, I hope I made myself clear enough to clear up some issues with people. And if not, there really is no more I could do. I'm trying. Well, I'm not just trying, I'm doing this for you, everybody. Because I think there are a lot of good people out there better than actually they're acting. And I think that's the point of all this and everybody like that I've encountered. So, and anybody that gets on a page and says they're going to write to make sure that nobody has faith in God, that they're not fooled like that, well, you know, it's one thing to say you believe in God, but when I actually know somebody doesn't and they're pretending, I really have to say something and block it and stay away from it, because people that actually do have faith and love want to talk to other people. And so, like, I'm visiting with you and I'm just telling you stuff that's on my mind. So, no matter your age, I've got some people that watch me that are older and some way younger. And to me, it never mattered anyway. But, okay, everybody, hope you have a really good night or day wherever you're at. And um, I'd say before you go to write something or make a video, pray about it and ask yourself, is it really the right thing to do? You know, or how is the right way to go about this? Is another question. Do some things need to be talked about in private, like between me or you, whoever you are? Or do they need to have a group of people with everybody's opinions on two people discussing the issue? You see? I guess that depends on if it's a group mentality or a conversation between two people that care about each other? Is it a conversation between two people or a group thing? I don't know. To me, when I'm talking to somebody, it's one on one. When I'm out here doing my group thing, I'm trying to talk to everybody as my friend. But when there's like somebody wants me to recognize what somebody else did, so I went over and I asked. If I get an answer, I'll know. If I don't, I'll know. That type of thing. But I don't even watch these people. If I have, it's like one or two times. So, you know, that's where I stand on that. So, okay, everybody, have a really good night. Like I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Um, no matter what, I'm coming back in happy spirits tomorrow. So I'm happy I got that chicken coop built. I'm so happy that thing is done. Working over my head. I used to do drywall because I had to feed my kids with my ex. So, I mean, working over my head really flipping hurts. And yes, it almost killed me. So, okay, everybody, have a really good night. Take it easy. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.